reading for you. I'm Taren S, a High Priestess of traditional witchcraft. I'm a Crossroads witch, where we embrace both the dark and the light. And I've been brewing magic for almost 40 years now. Come on in, let's brew some together. Hello, hello! Welcome to the House of Witchcraft, and of course for you returning witches, welcome back! Thank you so much for your support. It has meant just the world to me this past year. I'm still amazed at our growth, and just thank you. That's all I've got to say about that. Today I want to talk about a fairly serious subject. Altars. Altars to God and goddesses, altars to ancestors, altars to spirit realm folk. We have altars for everything. And one of the altars we have, that I found a lot of us witch folk have, but we really don't talk about, is the altar to spirit, the altar to everything, the altar to creation, the altar to, it doesn't have a name, but I know it's there. The altar that a lot of times looks like an altar of self, because we'll put little pieces of us on it as a way of connecting to spirit. All right, and this is, there's a lot of words. My one word that I think of is Damballa. And Damballa is the Haitian Voodoo, is everything, all right? And we can't relate to everything, so we have these 7 powers, the 7 Orsha, that we can go to who are part of Damballa. All right, we talk about, you know, the god and goddesses. Are they individual entities, deities, in which many magic folk relate to them? Other magic folk relate to them as they are entities, but they are also part of this greater something, the divinity of it all. It has no gender, it's neither male nor female, because it's both. You know, it's beyond gender because it's everything. It's that particle of divine that's within you, within me, within plants, trees, animals, even rocks. That spark of divinity, the God particle, I guess, that atomic level of divinity. That's where I'm going with this on this altar. And many of us set these altars up as our way of connecting to everything. Like I said, this is an altar that has no name. There are no statues per se sitting on it. What sits on it is very personal items. Items that each of them have a story and a reason as to why they're there. But it's our way of honoring everything. All right? You know? And I think a lot of times we don't talk about it because it's so hard to talk about the fact I have an altar set up to everything. I have an altar set up to divinity everywhere, all that's divine. I have an altar to the divine aspect. I have an altar to creation, you know? And we all have different words. Like I said, I'm using words that I've heard other witches who've tried to explain this space to me, you know, and what they've created, you know, and a lot of times it's like, well, you know, it's just the altar to the great all of it, you know, and we don't have the right words for it. We're creating what feels good. And I wanted to, for you new witches out there with your like, I have to have a god and goddess altar and I don't have a goddess. It's okay. You don't have to. Maybe it is easier for you to start with an altar to spirit, just an altar to divinity, an altar to creation, an altar to the God particle of everything. whatever words you want to use, all right? If this is something you're resonating with and you're like, ooh, this sounds good, Taren, then try sitting up a little space and let it develop, you know? And that's where you choose what goes on it and how often you feed it. You hear me talking about, you got to work it. You got to work your spirituality. You got to work your magic. It just don't come to you, all right? So you got to feed it. This is where, you know, every couple of days, every day, at whatever your cycle is, you know. Here, for me, I'm on Thursdays is what I call Spirit Day. I learned it from Papa Nico, Haitian Voodoo Priest, who cleans all of his altars and makes sure that everything's spick and span on Thursdays. Because I did it there for so long, it feels normal to me. So that's when you'll see me muttering at different altars, cleaning them up. And I also do a lot of them on a daily basis as I feel it, as I need the connection, is how often I do it. All right. But this is an altar that is a little different than the, this is the altar to the goddess Hecate. It says I must put keys on the altar. Oh, she likes black dogs. Oh, you know, we have to set this up there for her. All right. You can't read about this in the books. You have to do what feels right on the inside, witches. And this is about strengthening your spiritual connection to divinity. That's it. All right. Because witchcraft at its, what are we trying to achieve, is a personal transformation of self. That's what we're all about. We don't have some deep, deep, dark plans. No world domination is happening, all right? This is all about us, that transformation of self. And one of the ways we do that is by strengthening our bonds, our ties, our energetic links with divinity. And I know many of you, like I said, when you're starting out, you're struggling with the idea of, I've got to have a goddess and god altar, or I have to have this. Get all that out of your head. Sit, close your eyes. What do you see divinity as? How should that altar be set up? Now go create it. And of course I'm going to tell you, don't go buy nothing. Don't you go buy anything. You walk around your house and you find you have done bin shopping. You done have all the items you need to set up this altar I'm talking about. All right, you've already been getting little physical representations of your connection to divinity on a subconscious level. Now it's time to bring it up into the conscious world and create that altar and see where it takes you. All right? All right, witches, I'm going to keep this video short, of course. I want you to hit that subscribe button, go to houseofwitchcraft.com, sign up for the newsletter, and I want you to have as bright of a blessed day as I'm having, witches. Thank you so much. And with that said, amen, blessed be, ashe, and ebobo.